to go on our leisure dive. This was a leisure dive. We were going to go sightseeing and have a good little time, and as you guys will find out, it turned in from a leisure dive to a putting in the work dive. So anyways, we'll show you some topography here and some different things. Beautiful cave we're going into, and then look, we see this big old huge giant porcupine fish. Look at that guy. Man, that thing's big. So this spot has some epic topography. This is a broken down lava tube. So just some cool spots, cool things to look at. Cool swim throughs. And we're off. We also got to see a lot of cool fish. Yellow tangs, pakukui. Good assortment of fish here. The water was so clear. And then here's this massive school of fish we ran into. It wrapped all the way around the rocks, and yeah, this was big. So, super cool. Oh shoot, yeah, well, Regina's trying to avoid the fish poop there. Well, it just comes with diving. Eventually it's gonna get you. Here's a awesome coral head. This thing reminds me of antlers. It's pretty cool. It's one of the only surviving ones in this area. I don't know if you guys can see these very good, but these are all pyramid fish. Super cool fish. Pretty large school, but sometimes the camera does not do it justice. But we do our best to bring it to you. I had to throw these in here. We didn't have too many of these, but we actually had 15 of these crown of thorns in this area. So this is an area that we're going to be monitoring and checking out and taking care of these crown of thorns. There's one, and thought I'd throw two of them in here for you, and then we'll move on and keep on going. And then what did I find? A mooring line. This is what this video is all about right here. This rope, this mooring line that was laying all in the coral. It's probably about 150, 200 foot length. And what happened was, remember I said before, this was our leisure dive. We were gonna just go out there and kind of go on a scenic dive, and then all of a sudden we run into this rope, and it's like, okay, I guess it's time to put in the work. You know, so we started wrapping it up and got it out. Because you know what? There is no way Ocean Janitors is going to leave that in there. We're going to get it out. And so that's exactly what we did. And so if you notice, I was taking my hand and running it on the line to get all the barnacles or anything that was on there that was living, because we don't want to take anything out. And then also you'll notice that there's a big ball of the rope all wound up. So we hit it and we kind of shook it around and did our best to get all the critters out, and I can safely say that we didn't take any critters out. So you'll see some falling, and I'll point them out to you in just a few minutes. when I start shaking it, you're gonna see that. Look at that. That was not light, that's for sure. Good thing we had some water to lighten it up a little bit. Let's see, shaking it out, shaking it out. Boom, boom. You're gonna see little critters falling. They all were making it their home. And you say, well, why don't you just leave it there? Well, you don't know what more damage it can do to the coral, and you just can't leave rubbish. It's just, we can't do that. We're not doing it. We're not leaving that in there. So now, what was a leisure dive turned into a putting in the work dive. Got a long ways to swim back, but that's okay. Look at that thing. And again, video just doesn't do it justice, man. That thing was huge. But you can see by the size of me, it makes me look pretty small, actually. I'm 6'3". So the challenge was, when we're bringing it back, to make sure that it doesn't hit the bottom. So we don't want to damage any of the coral. So we were keeping an eye on that. So what was cool about this day is I had my camera person back. I had Regina back, and so she helped out. And then what did we see? Another crown of thorns. Well, how am I going to get it with this stinking rope? Well, do what you got to do, man. We get it anyways. Remember, we came across 15 crown of thorns. That's a lot for this area. So all of the other areas that we've used this method, we don't see those numbers anymore. So it is working. And then what did we find? Some fishing line. I got this big old rope, man. And I got to find more fishing line. Well, yeah, what are you going to do about it? Leave it? No, we're going to get it out. So get some more fishing line out of there and keep on going. Still a beautiful dive, because we got to see some really cool topography. Look at that. Isn't that cool? Cool little swim through. Little overhang there, really cool. But yeah, so we were able to still sightsee a little bit, but then also get some rubbish out, get that rope out, get some fishing line out. Just leave the place a little bit better than we found it. Yes, sir. And look at that, there's a couple little shrimp. I don't know if you can see those, but Regina caught those on film. And now we're getting this thing out. Let's get it out of here. It was a pretty long walk back. If your gear isn't heavy enough, well, we had to add it with a big old huge rope. So Regina's going to pull it up there and kind of demonstrate, but it was pretty heavy for her. That thing probably weighs more than she does. This is our second dive, and this one was what was intended to be the cleanup dive. And so now we're finding fishing line on the coral heads and getting those all cleaned up. this was a real pain. It was really, really entangled, and probably one of the worst ones that I've dealt with, because man, it was taking me forever. This is an edited video, so it's a lot longer than what you're seeing. So you should thank me for that. But for some people this is probably too long, but you can always fast forward it. I don't want to take too much of it out because I want you to really see how tedious this is at times. So cool. Those fish hanging out there. Pretty cool scenery. So towards the end of this video, I'm going to show you a new spot that we went to. Scratch that. Here's a cool swim through. Super cool archway, overhang. Now towards the end of this video, we're going to show you a visit to one of our previous spots where we've been getting all the fishing lines. So if you've been following us, you're going to find that spot on here. We went again. It was the most recent visit, and we're going to show you what we got out. So didn't have Regina with us on that trip, so we weren't able to get a ton of video, but I got a little bit for you, so hopefully you can see kind of what we're doing, kind of be updated. All this here is bonus material just to kind of show you guys some topography and just some cool video. There's a can, or part of one, but we got it. And here's Regina messing around with a taco or an octopus. She's just hanging out. Did you see that fish go swimming by? Whoosh! That's pretty funny. I guess it wanted to steal the show. I call that a photo bomb. Can you see it there? Look down between those three rocks. You got an octopus hanging out saying, don't get me, don't try to eat me, please, don't get me. Little does he know, we're just there to look. These guys are pretty fun. There he goes, taking off. Run, run, run! Found him a new home. So cool. And hey, look at what I found. I found me a new pair of underwear. Yeah, probably not. I don't think I'll be trying those on. And then this is the footage of the recent, of the same spot we've been going to over and over again, trying to get this area cleaned up. This is just a massive, massive job. And there's Talon down there. We were about 100 feet. And I had to get this video on here to try to get a little bit in here. So sorry there's not a lot of this section, but there's a little bit, and we got probably 60 pounds of line out and lead. So here's some bonus footage. I hope you guys enjoy it. Hope you enjoyed the video, and I hope you guys have a great week. God bless you guys. Wow, look at that. Aloha.